What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sporgo. And as you all can see, I got Chizuru, which is pretty damn cool. Now, I haven't got her awakened, unfortunately, but today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how I was able to get the character so fast, and there has to be a little luck on your side in order to get her really quickly. But if you want to speed up your progression, this video is still going to be for you. Also, we have the new KOF Pass. Now, in the KOF Pass, if you're willing to spend $5, you're going to get 1600 AP, which is actually really good, especially for the rush dungeon right now. I mean, we got fest cards in there, we got 3 PGs for Chizuru, all kinds of other little goodies, resources that you can use to level up your characters. And actually the 1600 AP is actually really good. Actually, $5 for this isn't bad at all. I mean, you got some summon tokens, you got 400 rubies. This isn't a bad deal at all. But whenever you go to the next stage where you spend $50 more, you'll get 4,000 rubies, you get 1,000 AP, which is really nice. You'll get some attack capsules or selection capsules, which is pretty cool. And you'll also get the gold hammers and the elite hammers, which is really going to help level up imprint stones, which is one of the ways that you can actually get Chizuru much quicker. But the thing is about this thing, I mean, they have these fest memory selectors, and these are really good for newer players or moderate players that don't have these characters leveled up. However, for someone like me, for a veteran, it's not really that good because I have all these characters already leveled up. You have an actual fest selector in here that you could, use if you really wanted to. I mean, it's going to depend on where you're at in the game as far as whether or not this is actually worth it. For me, not really. It's not really worth it for someone like me, but I think maybe for like a moderate player, maybe it wouldn't be too bad of a deal. The next thing is this quiz time KOF Pass. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit because, a lot of people have got stumped on this, and I even was stumped a little bit whenever I was playing on my live stream last night against this thing. But in here is where you're actually going to be getting these little resources to do a little crafting, and you'll also get that 200 AP. And a lot of people are confused on what you need to do here. Well, the thing about this game mode is you actually need to know a little bit about KOF lore, and you need to know a little bit about the game in order to really do well in this thing. They're going to give you these 3 characters, Yuri, Goro, and Leona, to play with. And essentially what you got to do is whenever you jump into this game mode, there's going to be an X on the left side, on the floor, on the bottom. There's going to be a big old red X. And then all the way to the right, there's going to be a circle. They're going to ask you a question in the top of the screen. And if the question answer is yes, if it's right, then you would go to the circle. If it's wrong, then you would go to the X. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Excuse me there, I got a little phlegm in my throat. So we're going to go to the middle of the screen, and we're going to take a look at what it says. And that's wrong. So we're going to go to the X. There we go. And then these guys show up, right? There we go. Goro works really good for this. Okay, so I read the question. There we go. And that's how you have to do it. Whenever the answer is right, you just go to the circle. Okay, and just stand in it. And there you go. It's a lot easier to do this on my phone than it was on my emulator. But you have to know a little bit about the game, and they'll even ask you questions about the KOF lore, which, can screw you at times. So right there, they asked me if Kim Kaplan was a mercenary, which he wasn't. And I didn't make it. I wanted to go to wrong there, and I lost my character, right? And there you go. That's the only thing that sucks is you got to be pretty quick on the draw. Wrong. There we go. You got to be really quick about reading it. I actually don't like this game mode at all. I actually can't stand it. So right here, they're asking if Takuma is Yuri and Ryo's father, and he is. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, but you guys get the drift on how to do this, man. You just pretty much want to answer the questions, and if the answer to the question is right, then you go to the circle, stand in the circle. If the answer to the question is wrong, then you would go to the X and stand on top of the X. It's pretty much that simple, but you do need to know a little bit about KOF lore, and you need to know a little bit about the game. Now, how did I get Chizuru so fast? Well, you acquire Chizuru by using as many of these coins as possible in this event right here. Now, how do you get so many coins so fast? Well, there's actually a few different ways. One way is in the soul quest. So if you have a bunch of these coins and you get really lucky in the Chizuru event and you actually land on these soul tokens, you can actually use these things to go on soul quests and actually do it many more times, which is going to give you a lot more coins in here. I actually got really lucky and landed on those quite a few times. You also want to be watching those free ads in there as well. And the other way is imprint stones. You can see right here that, you know, it's up to 190 leveling up imprint stones 190 times, and you're going to get 140 coins every single time that you level one of these things up. Now, this can be a pretty expensive process, but I mean, if you have some gold hammers, you got some hammers lying around, you got an imprint stone that you're particularly wanting to level up, then this actually isn't too bad. So for example, I jump in here and I would take a look and see at what character do I want to level up. Now, I've actually already worked on Ramlethal here, and I've actually already leveled up all these imprint stones for her. And Eno here might be my next candidate here. I think she's probably going to be the next one. So like we'll click on a stone here. There we go. We're just going to give her this one here, right? Because that's a Guilty Gear stone that would work really well. And I'll show you guys exactly how many resources it takes to level up an imprint stone. So we click on enhance, and we're not going to take a look at these soul dust here. We're not going to take a look at those things. Those are pretty easy to get from salvaging your characters. But whenever you start, you always want to start with these hammers right here. Now, you could start with these hammers right here if you wanted to, and you can enhance all the way up to level 6. But we're going to go ahead and click on this and see how many got. Now, we got 628 right now, and I'm probably going to speed through this, guys. I'll probably edit a bunch of this out so you don't have to watch this all day. So let's check it out. All right, so we just ended up finishing leveling up this stone from scratch all the way to the end. And every single time that you attempt to enhance it, you don't have to actually get the enhancement. But every time you attempt to do it, every time you try to do it, it counts in that event, which is actually pretty damn cool. And as far as how many resources we actually used, we used 28 of these stones. We used 9 of the Guilty Gear stones, and we actually used 40 gold hammer stones to take an imprint stone from 0 to level 10, to give you an idea of how many resources that she actually used. And if you do have enough hammers, then you're going to be able to absolutely do this, and you're going to be able to progress a whole lot faster, right? Because right now, we just cleared that, right? We'll click this. Now you see enhancement up to 225. There we go. And it even goes up even higher. So if I level up more imprint stones, I'm going to be able to gain even more coins. Also, you know, farming in that rush dungeon a whole lot, getting those extra dice, and then getting the 300 dice a day. You can actually go in the dice event and try to get some more stones or some more coins from here. And once you make 7 rounds, you'll get 300 more of these things. That's pretty much how I progress faster. You know, every time I would get these soul dust right here, every time I'd get these things, I just use those. That's going to give me more tokens or more of these coins to be able to pull in here. And also, I just leveled up a bunch of imprint stones for the characters that I want to level up imprint stones for. So I was able to do this. We'll go ahead and do this a couple times here. And I've actually been, you know, fairly lucky, not too bad as far as, you know, the shards that I've gotten. Obviously, I've already gotten 3 shards because I already have Chizuru. But I've actually already gotten 4 shards just in the first day. I don't think we're going to get very lucky here. I kind of want to land on the soul dust if it doesn't land on Chizuru here. All right, and there's that. And now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and level up some more imprint stones because I can. I mean, for those of you that can't do it, for those of you that don't have the resources, just, you know, log in every day, play the rush dungeon as much as possible, do all these dailies, and you're still going to get her. You're still going to get her to A1 guaranteed. But if you're trying to rush it, you can do these things. You can level up a bunch of imprint stones. If you're getting a bunch of those soul tokens, then you can actually go and soul quest a bunch of times and get a bunch of these coins by doing it that way. Or, I mean, you could just go into the shop and you could spend some money if you really want to by buying one of these packs. I mean, honestly, when it comes to Chizuru, that KOF Pass, something that would have been really nice is if they would have had an SS selector in there. Just a regular SS memory would have been insane. Like, well, I've already used mine, but like right here, we got a BS memory right here. There's, you know, we have SS memories just like that. If they would have put an SS memory in that KOF Pass, that would have really been the icing on the cake for it, and I probably would have bought it. But since they didn't, and it really only caters to like newer players and more moderate players, for me, it just wasn't really, it's not really worth buying, but maybe for some people it would be. But right now, I do have one extra shard here, and once I get 2 more, I'll be able to get a memory for this character, level her up. I should be able to get her 3 PG by tomorrow by farming in that rush dungeon, and hopefully can do a review about Chizuru. And I can tell you guys already, man, I've seen this girl do 220 million against Spider Robot just in one rotation, just in one awakened rotation. She's already hit 220 million, so she is definitely damn strong. So hopefully I can do a review about this character very, very soon, man. She looks absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really excited for Chizuru. So let me know how you're all doing in game. Let me know what kind of luck you've had as far as pulling for shards for Chizuru. Did you already get the character? Do you already have her awakened? Did you decide to go ahead and spend a little money for some coins to try to further your progression for her? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. TMT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.